Hello, I'm Matthew, and today we'll learn how to factor quadratic equations. Here's our first question. Factor x squared plus 7x plus 12. I'm going to solve this question first, and then I'll tell you why this works. What you need to do is to find two numbers whose product is 12 and whose sum is 7. So I'm going to draw this chart to keep track of all our product and sums. And we're going to try the numbers whose product is 12 first. What are two numbers when you multiply them? They become 12. The first one that I could think of is 1 and 12. But when you add them, their sum is 13, not 7. So the next numbers we're going to try are 2 and 6 because they still have their product to be 12. But when you add them, their sum is 8. So they're not the numbers that we're looking for. So the next numbers we're going to try are 3 and 4 because they still have their product to be 12 and their sum is 7, which is exactly what we're looking for. So that means when we factor x squared plus 7x plus 12, it becomes x plus 3 and x plus 4. And that's our answer. I know this feels more like a magic than math. Let me tell you why this works. We're going to try expanding this using distributive property. Using the FOIL method, we're first going to multiply the first terms. So x times x is x squared plus outer terms now. So 4 times x is 4x inner terms. So that's 3x. And lastly, the last terms, 3 times 4 is 12. And if we collect the like terms, we have x squared plus 4x plus 3x. They become 7x plus 12. And if you look at the final result, you can see that 7 is the sum of 4 and 3, and 12 is the multiple of 3 and 4. So when we're expanding, we went this way, but when we are factoring, we are going the other way. And how do we factor? We find two numbers, this number and that number. Their sum is going to be this number, and their product will be that number. And that's how we do it. Let's practice more with different questions. Factor x squared minus 14x plus 40. The numbers are bigger now, but the principle does not change. We're going to find two numbers whose product is 40 and whose sum is negative 14. Okay, make sure to include a negative. So I'm going to draw the chart again. So this is product and this is the sum. We have 40 as their product, but their sum is a negative number. That means that the two numbers that we're looking for are two negative numbers. Because when you multiply two negative numbers, they become positive. But when you add the negative numbers, they're negative. So first numbers that I'm going to try are negative 1 and negative 40. And when you add them, they become negative 41. Not the number we're looking for. We want it to be negative 14. So the next numbers that we're going to try are negative 2 and negative 20. And they still give 40 as their product, but their sum this time is negative 22. Okay, it's closer to negative 14, but not there yet. So the next two numbers that we're going to try are negative 4 and negative 10. And their product is still 40, which is great. And this time their sum is negative 14. Okay, so the two numbers that we're looking for were negative 4 and negative 10. That means that x squared minus 14x plus 40 is equal to x minus 4 and x minus 10. And that's how you solve it. Let's try the next question. Factor x squared plus 8x minus 20. This time our product is a negative number, but the sum is a positive number. product and sum. When our product is a negative number, the two numbers that we're looking for, one of them is positive and one of them is negative. That's how when you multiply them, they stay negative. But their sum is a positive number. That means out of the two numbers, the smaller number is negative and the bigger one is a positive. This is what I mean. Negative 1 and 20, right? When you multiply them, they become negative 20, but when you add them, they are 19. And see, that's positive. Next numbers we're going to try are negative 2 and 10, and their product is still negative 20, and their sum is 8. Exactly what we're looking for. X squared plus 8x minus 20. When you factor them, it becomes x minus 2 and x plus 10. So remember, make sure that you have the last number, including the sign, to be the product of the two numbers, and the middle number, coefficient of x, to be the sum of the two numbers. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe, and please feel free to leave a comment below about the next video that you'd like to see. I'm Matthew, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!